Here's lot 74. He's a real solid, powerful sheep, this, with a right good top on him. We used him last year as a lamb on some of the stud ewes, partly because he was the highest index lamb that we had. Really good figures, and the other reason being his mother bred a sheep we had called Fearless, who did well at a sale a few years ago, and we used him as a lamb, and he did us really well too. So this is a half brother to Fearless. '75, a sharp sheep with a bright head, and a nice sweet bone to him. This sheep will have the widest frame in this pen, but coming from an Incheoch ewe, we can expect that. Look at that, the number of times she's conceived twins all the way through. The Incheoch ewes have been good workers for us. '76 is the first of three sheep that are some smaller framed sheep that are all very similar bred. He's in the ring with the previous two at the moment. So 76 is great jiggets, good skin and hair on him. He's a very canny disposition, this sheep. The main thing about him is his hardies. He's got a real width behind. He reminds me a lot of Legend, just long, wide, deep sheep, and carries his weight low to the ground. We used him last year as a lamb, and he's done well. He's kind of come out with a very balanced set of EBVs, and look at that lamb survival EBV. That's based on having a crop of lambs on the ground as well. So he's a real top of the class for that. 77 and 78 are a set of twins out of a twin sister to the previous one's mother. And 77 is a stronger of these two, and the biggest of the two of them. He's a fleshy sheep, light boned and very feminine. And 78, real good skin, and I think he's a right nice size and very sweet, and he's a real wedge-shaped sheep. Both good, particularly good in the worm resistance figures. And we used 78 on the stud ewes last year, and just nice lambs by him. I've put a higher reserve on 78 because I would be quite keen to use him again. '79 is the biggest clin in the sale by a way. He's a tall, long and deep sheep with a huge body on him, and a high, the highest performing figures in the sale. And his mother, she was a phenomenal ewe, old 0844. She gave us 10 crops. And along the way bred a sheep called Druid that we used quite a bit of. 80 is a smaller framed sheep, very fleshy with an exceptionally tight skin. He's started to peel a little bit, and he's a nice fleshy sheep with some set of performance figures, and very calm natured sheep. His mother bred. She had twins in last year's sale, lot 81 and 82. It was a pair of win rams that took a trick. '81 and 82 are a similar pair of rams, also very similarly bred. Elfkin and Elixir were half brothers. 81, a strong sheep, well made. Nicely balanced, and you could say was the most attractive sheep in the pen, really. 81 and 82 would be taller and longer than the last one, and quite similar in style. Both registered and with a decent set of figures. '83, '84 and '85. '83 and '84 are very similar bred. '83 is his colours, his numbers a bit smudged, a bit lighter made, very correct sheep, maybe a bit on the small side, but look at that maternal EBV. His mother has got outstandingly the highest maternal figure from Signet, and that pair of ewes, the mother of '83 and '84, half sisters, and have done a good job for us. Paul Morris got a sheep a couple of years ago, I think, by the out of that same ewe. '84, a good working ewe. He's a wide, correct ram, very well fleshed. And '85 is quite like the lot 80 ram, but a bit longer. He's a right good skin to him, and is starting to bear around his tail a wee bit. So if you like 85's just not as fleshy, but he's a similar type of sheep.